Okay, so this is Ringwalk Media in association with Willows Therapy, Steel Hub Management, and Barclay Carter Racing, where we have the hottest property in boxing right now, Mr. Alloys Junior. How are you, my friend?
I'm very, very well. And yourself?
I'll tell you what, you're not as hot as me because I'm in Riyadh and it's about 42 degrees. We've
No,
been
yeah,
very
go on.
lucky. I've just been in the Mike Tyson gym with your coach Ben and Barry, and they're singing your praises, mates. It's nice to hear.
Well, yeah, it's again, it's a great honor to be on a great team like with Ben, Barry, Lee Wiley, and hopefully I'll be in the Mike Tyson gym too. I think Mike Tyson is one of my idols. I love Mike Tyson.
Yeah,
He's actually the reason why I started boxing. So
really?
it'll be a great honor to meet someone like him.
Well, I'll tell you, we're very lucky. I think he's going to come. I think in a couple of days, he's going to be here for the Ring of Fire. So be nice to see the man in town. But listen, let's
Mhm.
talk about the next Mike Tyson. Um, I mean, your career has started off ridiculously well. You've been going in the ring, taking out your opponents with a lot of ease. Um, I mean, just talk us through the first sort of year or so of your career, how you think it's gone, how you think you're performing, and if you're happy with where you are right now.
The first year my professional boxing year, or in terms of my first year, or this year now.
But this year now.
This year's been pretty well. I've had two fights. Um, yes, two fights, I believe, on
Two.
February. Yes, two fights.
Yeah.
Yes, two fights, and they've all gone out well. Especially the one in the copper box, the February 10th,
Yeah.
where I boxed Slavic, something like that.
Slavic. Yeah.
Yes, uh, he went out in an instant. I thought it would have been a much harder fight, but I was very calm and composed. I showed my prowess, and I found the right shot to take him out. And also going back to my last performance was very, very well. I had a tough individual that, sorry, I had a tough individual that's been in the ring with all sorts of people. He's even been in the ring with Arthur Abraham, and I was able to take him out in four. And you could see he was quite tough. You know, he was quite a tough opponent. He was quite
Mm.
durable. So I could really show like what I have in the locker. Like for instance, in my last performance, I expressed my jab very, very well. Um,
Yeah.
I express some movement as well that people generally don't see. I have good feet, and again I express my explosiveness. Like when I catch them, they go normally.
I mean, that was one of the things I was going to say to you, that your last fight, it was a different fight. You are progressing technically so well. Your movement in the last fight, it made such a difference to your shot selection because you had time to make those selections. And that between the Slavic fight and the one before that, a massive difference. And I mean, it wasn't a great deal of time between the two. So Ben's obviously picking that up and working on that with you.
Yeah, exactly. Ben's doing the analyzing like Lee Wiley and Barry, but again, I'm doing the work, the mental reps, the days in the gym, the time I put when I'm at home, I'm studying the footage. I'm even doing it in the shower. Like
Oh
every
God.
single time, I'm literally every single time when it comes to boxing, I'm in love with the sport. After this interview, I'm gonna watch some boxing. So like, I have to be on it, on it, on it, on it. I need to be a great.
Well, listen, it's good to hear that your year has started well. I guess my question to you now is, you're starting to be noticed by the right people. Obviously, you've got a great management team, same as Anthony Kakaccia and a couple of others. And well, I mean, where do you go? Because fighters as good as you find it hard at this sort of transition stage to get people to test them, that level up. It might be that you have to almost step two levels up to get someone that's on your level to give you a proper good sort of challenge, if anything.
Listen, whoever wants this smoke, I don't mind giving it to them. I don't mind dishing it out. My smoke is free of charge. I don't mind. I don't mind who wants this. I'm up for a challenge, as you could see in my first fight. Like, despite me taking in 24 hours notice, it really showed my mettle, my heart, my
Mm.
character. Like, I'm always up for a challenge, especially as a young man myself. That I'm young men generally want to conquer the world, and how is that like that's the best way to do so by accepting the hardest of challenges.
Do you think when you take that step up and actually fight someone of a almost a British sort of title standard. Do you think we'll see new things from you? Do you think we'll see
Oh my
really what
goodness.
you're about?
Absolutely. You will see what Aloys the Animal is really, really about. You see how explosive Aloys the Animal is. You will see how intelligent I am. And again, it'll be a great night of boxing.
It's always a great night of boxing. It's just a very bloody short one every time we get you in the ring, isn't it?
Yeah, maybe next time it could be 10 rounds. It could be, who knows? You know, that's the thing about boxing. Even myself, like, I always prepare for like the 10, 12, the 8, the 7, or whatever it is. I'm not, again, I never look for the knockout. Despite sometimes you feel the pressure, of course, when you have a knockout spree like that. But I don't look for the knockout. Like, generally, the best shots that I throw are the ones when I'm relaxed. Like, it just
Yeah.
comes. The right hand, he's on the floor. Oh my goodness, I didn't realize that. You know,
Some things I guess with boxers just can't be taught, can it?
yeah,
You
you can't
you
explain.
you seem to have that knack of knowing when that punch has to come in.
It comes with, again, training, timing. Like you have to do it over and over and over and over and over. Like these shots that I threw in my last fight, I probably threw them more than 1,000 times in training.
Yeah. And it's nice to see that actually working, isn't it, as well? So that you know you're going the right way, you know you're doing the right thing. It's very easy to throw a punch that knocks someone out, but it's got to be the right punch, isn't it?
Yeah, exactly. The right punch was timing. Everything has to be in line. It has to be true. It has to be perfect.
Yeah.
Put it like that. It has to be perfect.
Well, listen, you're in a great gym. You're enjoying yourself down there. I know you like it down there. Lots of great people in. You've got a couple of new additions. Of course, Anthony Joshua joined you for a bit of time, and also we got Campbell Hatton in there now as well. What's it like having
Mm.
those influences around you that are kind of maybe a step ahead, and is it something that you're learning from?
Oh, it's a great honor to have individuals like that around in my gym. Lee Wiley and Anthony Joshua, um, Shabazz,
Yeah.
all these other fighters. If I didn't name you, sorry, I have all apologies. But it's a great honor to have all these experienced fighters around me, because when something's in front of you, it feels more possible. Like, for instance, if I've never seen a Ferrari before, I would almost feel like it's impossible to even to gain it. But because I've seen it, and because I've been around, and I've even experienced, done some work with these individuals, like, it is possible. Like, they're not gods, they're human beings like myself,
Mm.
and they work incredibly hard to be where they want to be. So what do I have to do to be in that position?
Well, you're certainly putting the spade work in, mate, and it's lovely to see a young man such as yourself dedicated, because a lot of younger boxers sort of come into the sport and they graft, they work hard, but they're not dedicated. And that's the difference between a world champion and an English champion.
Mm-hmm.
And I've no doubt that you're on the right path and you've got the right people around you. So it's pleasing to see from our point of view. Now, listen,
Well,
it's fight week. We're in Saudi. It's a shame you're not here, but I've got no
mhm.
doubt you'll be here soon. Um,
Absolutely.
you've got the same management team, Simon, as Anthony Cacace, and he's got a big fight against Joe Cordina. Obviously, you know the guys very well. What's your take on the fight? How's it going to go? Well,
Cardina, Pikachu, Usyk, and Joshua. No, Usyk and Fury. Which one?
say that again. Sorry, we broke up a little bit there, my friend.
No worries. Which particular fight are you asking me?
Yeah, so
On,
obviously Anthony Cacace versus Joe Cordina. Obviously, you
I
share
don't know.
management, and I think that's it's going to be a great fight, that one.
I'm not too sure. I couldn't give an answer because I know I've seen Joe Cordina. I haven't seen much of Kakashi, but I've seen Joe Cordina in sparring. He's a phenomenal body puncher, like a great body puncher. Like, he can put them together. Um, I haven't watched too much of Kakashi, so my my um my opinion wouldn't be foolproof
Yeah,
because I
I
don't know
understand.
entirely.
Well, let's talk about two that you can talk about, which is, of course,
Mhm.
Usyk and Tyson Fury. So many opinions, so many people sort of second guessing.
Mm.
What do you think? Tell me what your view is.
Well, look, I have I will say I have a bit of a bias. I always have a bias to the little man because I'm always generally in terms of the cruiserweight division, I'm generally the little man. So I feel like I'll be going with Usyk. Reason being is because Usyk is again, he has a great IQ, um, great feet, and he's very fast. I think he could give Tyson Fury a lot of problems depending on how he handles it. Depending on how he handles it. But that's just my opinion. Yeah.
I mean, one of the things that has been spoken about a lot this week, especially being here in Riyadh, we get to see and hear a little bit more. The weight is going to be crucial. Now, everybody's saying Tyson looks in great condition and he looks thinner and all the rest of it. Usyk looks a bit heavier. But I actually think that Tyson is going to come in heavy. I don't think he's going to come in light. Um, the weights, when you're making weight, it's so tough.
Mm.
What's it like as a boxer going through that final week, getting ready for that horrible weigh-in day?
I can tell you a million stories on this.
One will do.
What can I say? In terms of Usyk and Tyson Fury, they're heavyweight, so they don't really go through the stresses and strains of making weight like an individual, like a cruiserweight, like heavyweight, and so on, so on. But making weight, it can be hard, but it depends on how you are. Because I've gone, me personally, from my experience, I've gone through like making weight two different ways. Like you could do the very hard but very rewarding way, or you could do the way that's still quite hard, but it will destroy your body. So, for instance, there is like water depletion, or like
Yeah.
water cutting, and then there is like 6 weeks of eating clean. Like there's no rubbish in your system. Like not one day, not one meal where you eat a bad meal, which is very, very hard. So it depends on how you go with it. But either way is cutting weight is still quite hard. It's long. It's a long process. No fighter wants to worry about weight, but it has to be done. It's one of them. There's not one of those responsibilities.
Yeah, it's tough. And I'll tell you what, in a country where it's 40 degrees in the day and 28, 29 at night, that adds an extra dimension, doesn't it?
Absolutely. I'm sure I'll probably be sweating in my sleep. I'll probably lose 5 kilos tonight.
I tell you what, it's great for us fat lads because I'm losing loads out here. It's brilliant.
Yeah, definitely, definitely, definitely. You
Well,
have a six
listen,
pack when you come back.
I'm not that bad. Listen, what's next for Aloys Animal? Because you've had two fights this year. It's coming towards the middle of the year. We're going to see you again soon.
Oh, absolutely. I'm in shape. I'm training. Like the moment I get a date, oh my goodness, the shape that I'll be is impeccable. I'll even apply myself even so much more to the sport because I have a short term goal. I have something to work towards. Right now, I'm taking over, but I'm still working very hard. But
What
when
is that short-term goal?
I need a title, I need something, whatever it is. I need something. I need something to hold and to show to the world that I'm really that guy. I'm here for the glory.
And I got a funny feeling it's going to suit you quite well as well, my friend.
Oh, thank you, thank you, thank you. But I can't. I need to get it first. I need to get it first before I speak on anything.
Yeah, and that's the right attitude to have. So you sounds like you've got all the components. And obviously we've been watching you for a little while now, but it is nice to see that there's a lot of eyes on you now and it's accolades to your dedication to the sport and just keep at it, mate, because we need British talent in this country. We need guys like you coming through to, make cards like this in Saudi Arabia. We were talking to Fraser Clark the other day, and he's like, "This is it. I've got itchy gloves. Get me on here now." And I hope that we see boxers like yourself coming through to also make up those undercards to start with, and then the main events. I think it would be great to have people like yourself out here.
Absolutely, it's inevitable. It's only a matter of time. As long as I dedicate myself, which I will, and I keep just making the right decisions. Oh my goodness, you'll see me there in a couple, maybe a year, a couple months. I don't know, but you know, time will tell.
Well, listen, we've touched on it a couple of times, but your manager, Simon, he's a great guy and he's doing what he said he would do, which is get you the fights, get you the right people around you. And, just how grateful are you to Simon for giving you that kickstart in your career?
Oh, come on, like I have immense appreciation for Simon Legg. Like he does so much for me, even outside of boxing. Like even after my birthday, he bought me a bag of gifts. He came down, he bought me a cake. He spent some time with my family. Simon Legg is a wonderful man, and I have so much care and love for him, and also his wife as well. They're very great people.
Yeah.
And in terms of boxing, again, they're great people as well. He understands the sport, and they make the right decisions. So much love to Simon Legg and Victoria Legg. And yeah.
And the sponsors, go on. It's time to give them a little plug.
Yes, and the sponsors. Sorry. And the sponsors that Texo and etc. Thank you for supporting me. I couldn't do it without you, literally, because fighters are in the gym every single day. We don't work outside of fighting. We're just in the gym. So the sponsors are a massive part of us.
Well, listen, it's always a pleasure to speak to you, my friend. And hopefully next time it'll be me interviewing you here in Riyadh on one of the cards, because I think that's inevitable, like you say, isn't it?
Absolutely, yeah, it is inevitable. But yeah, we will do.
So listen, I'm going to leave with a prediction from you for the Fury Usyk fight. Who's going to win and when and how?
Usyk by decision.
Usyk by decision. Okay. Well, listen, mate, I appreciate your time. I know you've just finished training and you want to go off and do your thing, but as always, your time is valuable and we really appreciate it. It's great to see you. And
Thank you.
I have to say, you're looking well, actually. It's nice to see you looking so happy and well, which is never 100% guaranteed with a boxer on a Zoom.
Mm-hmm.
But it's nice to see you, mate. And we wish you all the best and we can't wait for your next fight, mate. We're looking forward to it.
Oh, thank you.
Well,
Hope to see you
listen,
lot soon.
you catch you soon. We take care, mate.
Take care.